Sawadee Kap, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another bright, sunshiny morning in downtown Chiang Mai, Thailand. I'm here. You're not. So sorry. June the 9th. Yeah, I'm a little frisky today. I'm feeling it. Feeling good. I'm in Thailand. Happy. Have a date today. I'll talk about that later. Maybe another video. Things are good. Happy. June 9th. Those who will not take a chance seldom have one thrust upon them. Yes, all about the thrusting, especially here in Thailand. Those who will not take a chance seldom have one thrust upon them. Okay, success always involves risk. I disagree. Sometimes it's not risky at all. To achieve success, it's just hard work and persistence, right? Let's see what he has to say, though. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's a pretty smart guy, and he's putting out some good stuff so far. You must take a chance by investing your time, money, and effort. Okay, I'm not sure that's risk, but that's correct. You do have to invest time, money, and effort into success. It pays to be thoughtful and deliberate in your analysis of opportunities. Yes. But don't let timidity, that sounds almost like some kind of chlamydia. I mean, that sounds dirty for some reason, timidity. But yeah, I mean, being timid, fear, don't let fear hold you back. Not a problem for me, but whatever. If fear is holding you back, don't let it, right? Good. Because you have worked hard to develop those things you must risk, it is natural for you to place a high value on them. Okay? But what use are they if you do not put them to use? What use are they if you don't put them to use? Yeah, Captain Obvious, I'm with you. You will recognize opportunity only to the extent that you are willing to consider risking your time, money, and effort. Recognize to the extent that you're willing to risk, right? Your time, money, and effort. Being confident gives you the courage to face risk and act when opportunity arises. Yes, confidence is huge, and having courage is huge. I agree. No one on earth is going to force success upon you. You will find it only to the degree that you actively seek it out. Okay? He's hitting a couple of points there. My buddy who passed away, I did a video, I think last month. My buddy Lee, who I grew up with, went to high school with, and stayed in touch with. He wanted to be a writer. And he wrote. I'll give him that. He wrote every single day, but he wasn't very good at it, right? So there was a couple of things he could have done. Taken writing courses and, if you can sing, it's just sort of natural. And then from there, you can take lessons and learn techniques to be a better singer and increase your range and practice and things like that. But if you can't sing, I'm not sure any amount of classes are going to make you somebody who can make a living singing, right? And he wasn't a writer. He wasn't a natural writer. He wasn't very intelligent. He didn't have a big vocabulary. And yet he wanted to be a writer. That was his burning desire and drive. So a couple of things. Other than writing a lot, he wrote a book, tried to get it published, got rejected from every publisher, obviously, because it was a bad book. It wasn't very well, it was something nobody wanted to read, except him. He could have been self-published, but he worked at a grocery store for a little bit of money. He didn't have the money to self-publish, and frankly, nobody would have bought his book. But the thing is, he never, other than writing, doing the actual work, he never did anything else. He never took the next step. He never built a team and got help. And I said, writing courses, he would have helped him. He would have written better if he'd taken some courses other than what he just had in high school. And so I thought of him. He popped up in my head when I was reading that paragraph, and women too. He never had a girlfriend because he wouldn't go out and look for one. You know what I mean? Like he didn't, other than going to church and going to work, that was it. So unless a girl came up to him at work or church and approached him, which happens in Thailand, but not in America, it wasn't going to happen. And, you know, when he did pass away, I mentioned in a video I did a couple weeks later, his pastor had written me and said it was COPD. That's why he passed away. He was a smoker, so that makes sense. Yeah, I'm sad. I'm sad for him, not only because he's dead, but because his burning desire, his goal, his whole life, since I'd known him back in high school, was to be a writer. And yet he never did a single thing. He never invested time, money, which he really didn't have, or energy into becoming a better writer. All he did was write and thinking that was enough. Hey, if I write a blog every day, you know, if I write a diary, if I write a novel, if I write short stories, I'll be a writer. Well, no, there's more to it than that. And I think part of him knew that, but when we talked about buying the gym membership and not working out, that's kind of the same thing. You know, he thought, oh, all I need to do is write a novel and I'm a writer. No, you're not a published author because you wrote 300 pages of stuff that nobody wants to read, right? So, yeah. Thoreau wrote, most men lead lives of quiet desperation, and my buddy Lee was a great example of that. You know, he died alone, unfulfilled, not having really been an author. Just because he wrote a novel doesn't make him an author. Nobody read it, nobody published it. You know, it's a fart in the woods. Nobody heard it, right? It didn't matter. And, you know, he was alone, like I said, no girlfriend, and that's just sad. You know, you look at people living their best life and having a blast, and I include myself in that because I consider Thailand paradise, and I'm living here every day. And some days, you know, it's too hot to go outside for me because I'm still fat, right? 260 pounds is still fat, and it's a friggin' 100 degrees out there, and I don't feel like going out, and I'll just hang out and watch my TV, which I ordered a bigger one last night. Okay, Robert Kiyosaki and doodads, I get it, I understand, but I've done what he recommended and others have recommended in that book, and I've done what we're talking about in this book, and, you know, TV to me is like my guilty pleasure or whatever. Eating out, right? Like I have a date today, and I think I'll do a separate video on that, not do the positive action plan, but I have a date today. I'm eating out Mexican food, Farang food again, and I watch TV. That's what I say. When it's too hot, I have a streaming Android, smart, whatever you want to call it, TV, and as long as you have the internet, you can watch all kinds of movies, first-run movies, TV shows for free, because I'm a cheap bastard, so the for free part is important. And this is the one I got here. I bought up in Pi, and it's 49 inches. And, you know, it's okay. You know, I've been watching it, and it's okay. And good. But, you know, it just, like, because I watch it a lot, that's how I wind down. And that's like my enjoyment thing, my hobby, whatever. I bought a bigger one. I got a Sharp 60-inch TV. Now, when I was in Jacksonville, I had a 75-inch TV, so I definitely went backwards when I came to Thailand. And when I moved to a villa, you know, a house next year, when my lease is up here, I'll probably go even bigger than this one. But I ordered last night a 60-inch TV because I enjoy watching TV. So even when I'm sitting in my little condo watching TV, which you could do anywhere, I'm still in Thailand. And, you know, and then my buddy will call me and say, hey, man, it's burger madness over at Gecko Garden. You want to have a burger tomorrow? And yeah, fuck yeah, I'll go out and have a burger for $4, you know, with tater tots and shit. And like, yeah, it's Thailand. I'm loving it. I love every day here, even when I'm not doing, you know, touristy things or paradise things or whatever. And once again, a lot of that is not have, you know, a pool and a bigger kitchen and things like that, which is why I'm moving to a villa next year. I want a private pool. I can swim anytime I want without kids peeing in it or splashing around and jumping around and all that. It's like, I got a great pool here, much nicer than the pool I'll have for myself, but it's not private, it's public, right? And, right now it's closed because of COVID anyway. Third outbreak, third wave, whatever the fuck they want to call it. New resistant strain coming to a theater near you soon, whatever little drama they're playing out. It's just a pain in the ass. It's an inconvenience, but I still love Thailand. I love the food. I love the people. I talk about Western food a lot, but that's a treat. That's special. Mostly I eat Thai food. I did a video the other day of the shrimp balls, which were great. And my go-to is the pork noodle soup. Love that shit for 50 baht, $1.60 or whatever the hell it is. It's cheap as hell, and it's delicious, and I eat it on the regular. So that's it for Positive Action Plan. Yeah, I don't mean to be doggy downer and bring up my buddy Lee, but that's, he's an example of exactly what dude was talking about. Nobody ever came to him with opportunity. No woman to date him, and no publisher or editor ever said, "Wow, you're a super talented guy, Lee. Let me publish your stuff." It doesn't work that way. And once again, I think part of him knew that, but what are you going to do? He was given a limited tool set, and he never worked to expand it. He never sought out how to improve that tool set and expand it. So at this point in my life, I enjoy helping people. And I reached out to him about 2 weeks before he died and said, "Dude, get a passport. I'll fly you over here. I know you don't have the money to fly over here. It's like anywhere from $800 to $2,000, depending upon when you buy the ticket. And I'll fly you over here. I'll set you up in a place to live, till you get on your feet. And then you can teach English." So once again, was he a great writer? No. He actually wrote on a 5th grade level. But teaching English to foreigners as a second language, he could have done that. And, you start at $10 an hour, and that's more than he made in America. And the cost of living here is much lower. So I was trying to help him, trying to course correct for him and get him going in a new career, not stocking shelves part-time, but teaching part-time, making more money with a lower cost of living. But unfortunately, the smoking caught up to him before I could get him over here. And I have no doubt he would lose weight. If you guys watch any of the Thailand vloggers, everybody who comes over here, 3 hundo, winds up to something. Everybody loses weight who lives here. It happens organically, naturally, without great effort on their part. Right? You make a few changes, drink some juice, put oatmeal and fruit into your diet, stuff like that. Eat some salads every now and then, not every day, and the weight drops like a rock here, which is cool. Because everybody wants to be healthy, just like Lee, they don't want to put the work in, including me. I loved gas station hot dogs and barbecue and pizza and all that stuff. So still have pizza, just on a limited basis, not as often as I did in the States. And that's why I'm 260, not 220, because I do still have Mexican food and pizza and all that. But I'm okay with that. 260 is better than 300, and I will get to 220. It's just I'm steady as she goes. I'm not in a hurry. It's not going to happen next week, and I'm okay with that. So that's it for today. Don't be like Lee. Unless you want to be Lee, sad and lonely, unfulfilled. Don't be like him. Take action. Spend the time. Invest the time, effort, and some money into reaching your goal. Don't die with your goal unfulfilled. To me, that's the saddest thing in the world, right? And then I'll do a video real quick after this on the dating update. As I mentioned, I have one today, so I'll do a separate video on that.